Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I've got an interesting video for you today. I'm going to be talking about two different lights. These are both model W1. These are both manufactured by Thrunite. The one on the right here is the official Thrunite W1, and the one on the left is the Wowtac W1. Now the current price point of these lights at the time of me filming this video is the Wowtac W1 comes in around $20 and the Thrunite W1 comes in around $30. They both have power level indicators and they both have same modes of operation with different lumen levels and different run times. So let's go ahead and start with Firefly mode, which is the lowest setting. This is 0.5 lumens, and on the W1 from Wowtac we are getting 29 days of Firefly mode. Now if we move over to the Thrunite, we are only getting 13 days. It's also half of a lumen. Now, I don't know if you can tell or not, but even though both lights are producing a half of a lumen, the Wowtac appears to be brighter from my point of view. Both of these lights are running the exact same battery. They're running a 650 milliamp hour 16340 battery. So for the Wowtac to produce more than double the runtime, I gotta go with the W1 on the Firefly mode. Now if we talk about low, we're dealing with the Thrunite at 7.5 lumens. This is gonna last 60 hours. That's 2.5 days. And then if we look at the Wowtac on low, it's a little brighter. It's 12 lumens, 25 hours of runtime, so 1.04 days. So I would think that for me personally, I'm going to go with the Thrunite because I like a little bit more runtime. 2.5 days out of low, that seems like something I could get into. Now medium, very close. We're dealing with 58 lumens on the Thrunite. That'll last 5 hours. And then if we come over to the Wowtac, we're dealing with 60 lumens. So 2 more lumens and the same exact runtime, 5 hours. So I got to go with the Wowtac on medium, 60 lumens for 5 hours. I just think that's a better light. Now let's talk about high. On the Wowtac W1, high is 197 lumens. This will last 95 minutes. That's 1.58 hours. Now if we look at the Thrunite W1, high is 215 lumens. So what is that? 18 lumens brighter. You get 90 minutes of runtime, so 1.5 hours. So I guess it just depends if you want 1.5 hours or 1.58 hours. Personally, I'm going to go with the Wowtac on that. It's almost as bright. Get a little bit more runtime. I think that's what I'm going to choose. Just me personally. Now let's talk about turbo. On the Wowtac W1, we have a turbo of 562 lumens. That'll last 1 minute. And then it steps down to 215 lumens. It'll last 75 minutes at that point. That is a total of 1.25 hours. Now if we look at the Thrunite, and we talk about turbo, we have a brighter turbo, 693 lumens for 75 seconds. So that's 1.25 minutes, a little bit longer than what we had on the Wowtac W1. So we get turbo for an additional quarter of a minute. Then it steps down to 231 lumens, which is brighter than high, for 74 minutes. That's 1.23 hours. So if I have to pick one of these for turbo, I'm going with the Thrunite on turbo. It's brighter and it lasts almost as long. And after step down, it's a little bit brighter. We get about 16 more lumens of brightness out of turbo after step down. Now let's talk about the strobe on these lights. We're going to be dealing with 168 lumens out of the Thrunite. This will last 200 minutes or 3.33 hours. Now, if we talk about the Wowtac, the strobe is 150 lumens for 3.5 hours. So personally, I'm going to go with the 3.5 hours because we're only dealing with 18 lumens less, and it's a disorienting setting on strobe, and that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to just go ahead and pick the W1 Wowtac on that setting there. Now let's talk about the distance of throw between these lights. Big difference here. 126 meters on the Wowtac on turbo and 166 meters on the Thrunite. So obviously we're going to go with the Thrunite on that one for the distance of throw. It's much farther. Now the Candela ratings, we are dealing with 4,000 Candela on the Wowtac W1, and the Thrunite Candela is 6,930. That's more Candela, so I'm going to go with that. Now impact resistance, both of these lights are impact resistant down to 1.5 meters. So I would say that it's a wash in that department. Now, when you talk about water resistance, IPX8, both of these lights IPX8. The Wowtac advertises IPX8 down to 1.5 meter, and the Thrunite advertises down to 2 meters IPX8. So gonna go with the Thrunite on that for 2 meters of IPX8. Now the weight, they have some differences in the weight. We are dealing with 58 grams of weight with the battery on the Wowtac, 50 grams with the battery on the Thrunite. So obviously we're going to go with the lighter light. So we're going to go with the Thrunite on that. Now the next setting is a wash. It's the dimensions. They are identical. 68 millimeters long, 24.5 millimeters at the head, and 20 millimeters at the body. So a wash on the dimensions. Now, when we talk about the LEDs involved, on the Wowtac W1, we're dealing with the Cree XP-G2 LED, and on the Thrunite, we're dealing with the SST20 by Luminous. I gotta go with the Cree. I think it's just a better LED. When we look at the pocket clips, they are identical, and if I set the lights down and we start looking at them, they both have a tail cap magnet, and both of them are on moonlight mode right now. So it's pretty much a wash on all those things. For me personally, if I had to pick one of these lights, I'm going to go with the Wowtac. I just think when you're looking at moonlight mode, and moonlight mode appears to be brighter here. We're getting 29 days versus 13 days. They're both 0.5 lumens, and I'm just seeing more light out of the Wowtac. So I think it's pretty crazy. So folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this quick video comparing the Wowtac W1 on the left to the Thrunite W1 on the right. I think they're both fantastic. The price point, obviously, we got to go with Wowtac for the win on that one. We're talking about $10 difference. So $20 here versus $30 there. I'm going to go with the Wowtac. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video, and until next time, have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Bye for now.